Undisputed. We're live from Los Angeles. I'm Joy Taylor, here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Joy. How are you today?
I'm good.
Yeah, good to see you. Getting over that?
What?
That cold?
No, I'm not.
I'm not either.
I'm not. You know what? It's cold in Los Angeles. Well, you know, Skip's made of steel. Skip doesn't get sick.
No, he was sick last week.
I was, but I just toughed it out. I didn't have to complain about it on the air like somebody across me. How are you, Senator? There we are. What's going on?
I got some good antibiotics.
Yeah.
Get good, Joy. That was somebody said last
Well, that's because somebody else brought it up first.
week. Yeah. I ain't getting over mine.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. You won't believe what Jason Garrett said about Dak Prescott yesterday, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But let's start with James Harden and the Rockets. Houston won their 14th straight game last night here in L.A. against the Clippers. They have the best record in the league, but the moment everyone is talking about was James Harden putting Wesley Johnson on skates in the first quarter. Harden even stared at Johnson on the floor before hitting the three-pointer. Let's take a listen to Harden talk about that play after the game.
Wesley goes down, you see it. What's going through your mind at that point?
I don't know. I was trying to figure out what he was doing. I don't know.
You just decided to step back and take the three?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at him and he was looking at me. I was trying to figure out what he was doing, where he was going to save. And then I just shot it.
Shannon, how impressive was that play by Harden?
It was very impressive, Skip. I love it. And in a play of this magnitude, I don't want you to be disrespectful. I want you to be openly and blatantly disrespectful. I want you to look down at him and tell him, get your butt up off that floor. And you know what it was? See, because Wesley Johnson, once he got crossed up, Skip, he stumbled, he's sitting down. James Harden said, hold on, that's just the appetizer. I got this entree for you, too. But Wesley didn't want any parts of it. So Teodosic had to come get the three ball in his eye. Oh, that was pretty, wasn't it, Skip? The way James Harden can get to the basket, Skip, and this is what makes it so hard for people to guard him. Now, I disagree with Daryl Morey talking about he's the greatest isolation player in the NBA history. I guess he forgot about Jordan. I guess he forgot about Kobe. But that's neither here nor there.
Who said that?
Daryl Morey.
Daryl Morey said that. Okay.
Yeah, about James Harden is the greatest isolation player. Skip, the thing is what makes James Harden so hard is that because he's left-handed, and what we've seen throughout the history of the NBA, the greatest ball handlers have been right-handed. But James Harden has tremendous handles. He's so slithery. He can get to the basket so easy. So he has the ball in his left hand. He's on the left side of the court. Wesley Johnson just knows he's going to the basket. So here he goes. He's dribbling hard between his legs. And what made it so bad, Skip, is that he had 1 foot behind the three-point line. He's like, Wesley, you going to get up? He's like, well, let me get the other. He's like, Wesley, are you going to get up? He's spinning the ball looking at him. Wesley Johnson said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, James. That ain't good enough. Put the three ball right in his eye. And this is what we know. In a situation like that, when you fall down, Skip, even if you miss the shot, it's going to get played. It's going to be trending because we saw Kemba Walker just do the same thing the night before to a Chicago Bulls player. He missed the shot bad, but he made the guy look so bad falling down. You got to air that. And then James Harden hit a three. I can see if you cross the guy out and get a layup. Skip. The dude hit him with the bop, back up, wait, look down, spin the ball, and then hit a three. Skip, you know it's very impressive. And I know you're going to go back. What about Game 6? He should have did that too.
Wait, have I spoken yet?
I know you ain't spoken. I'm talking to Joy anyway. I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to Joy.
Wait, you get to go first and second on the show all at once?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just sit over here and just shut up, and you can just talk the whole show.
I like the play was very impressive. James Harden has been impressive for the entire season. And he was very disrespectful to Wesley Johnson, and I commend him for that.
You follow me on Twitter?
No, I don't follow you. Some of us had to do something. He had to do our duties did with Joey. We had to attend something.
Some of us have to attend tonight.
Oh, well,
I topped you again, didn't I? Yeah, thank you very much.
You have to go that one alone, Skip.
I was not impressed. This was classic internet overreaction to what, for this guy, and I'm giving him high marks here because this guy does this just about every night to somebody. And given what he's done to a lot of other somebodies, this was pretty routine for James Harden to me. It's a little bit classic Shannon Sharp overreaction, but it's okay. No. I get it, because the one thing that disturbed me about this play was, the reason I can't go gaga over this play, is he didn't really break Wesley Johnson's ankles, as in crossed him over, crossed him up. he just loses his balance and goes down.
What happened?
There was a little push-off going on. There was a little right forearm to the chest of Wesley Johnson. And if we could see it for the 9,787th time, which is fine. I can't get enough of it either. It's fun to watch. There's a little forearm push to the chest. I wouldn't have called it, but I'm just saying, if we're going to rank this play as all-time posterizing on the perimeter, great, because that's what it is. James Harden posterizes on the perimeter.
Yes.
He doesn't posterize above the rim.
No.
It's on the perimeter. And I give you that because nobody's ever done it quite the way he did. Is he the greatest isolator? No, he's not. No. Trust me. That guy in Chicago, that ghost that LeBron will never catch, he was the greatest isolation player, and it's not even close. But we don't need to go there today because we went there yesterday, and you got battered, and it's okay. But back to this. James Harden.
I disagree.
Yes, you did. So it's a little bit of a push off. Again, I'm not going to blow the whistle on it, but because it's part of his, as he calls it, I've been in my bag all year. And he's in his bag of tricks because he's got all kinds of tricks, and that was one of his best tricks. And he gets Wesley Johnson going a little bit backward, but he helped his momentum backward, and then he fell down. But was it crossed up, crossed over, fall down? No. Was it broken ankles, fall down? No. But then I'm going to give you, I'll give him high marks for how he rubbed it in because he really, really rubbed it in. He stare down rubbed it in. And then he waited, and then he spun the ball. And then Teodosic says, I guess I got to make a run at him because you're not getting up.
I wouldn't have done it. Because what happens, Skip, when the guy gets beat and you chase him into the end zone, everybody thinks it was you that gave up the play. Now it's Teodosic. If I just caught the tail end of it, I'm like, Teodosic got a free ball in his eye. But it was that James. What made it also good, Skip, is that he went between his legs on the step back. And then Wesley Johnson, he thought that appetizer was like, hey, he had that fried calamari, some tuna tartar joy. He's like, oh, I got this entree for you. I got this tomahawk.
I do give you this. What he is best at is keeping the 1 foot planted behind the line, and then he can step way back from 2 to 3. And now it's going to be another point in your eye. And to his credit, I think if Teodosic doesn't run at him, if they just sort of dare him, okay, you can shoot it like it's a free throw, maybe he misses it. Maybe it's too easy.
No, James Harden misses it. You remember last year, Skip, LeBron on Serge Ibaka when he was spinning the ball, and you talk about how disrespectful that is. I can't believe they let him do that. And he kept spinning like he's at the free throw line, like he'd been making a free throw. You saw him 3 for 3 the other night. Spinning it, and pop.
Yeah. So, by the way, James Harden is an 87% free throw shooter, and LeBron's a 70.
Yeah, we get a lot of practice.
71%.
He gets a lot of practice. He's going to the line 12, 13 times a game.
He goes.
LeBron, sometimes he might go 8 times, and sometimes he might go 2.
Man,
that's what we're complaining about. But Skip, that was an impressive play. It's impressive.
Yeah. By the way, James Harden has attempted 33 more free throws than anybody else in the league. So that's outrageously a lot, but he makes 87%. I give him that.
And he's the only superstar and the only NBA player that's not complaining about the officiating or getting foul calls because he's getting 12 to 13.
Why he gets to go to the line. I think they go hand in hand. He will gloat. He's quit doing the, I'm cooking, but he'll pop his jersey, and he popped his jersey number 13 as he went up the court, and he still had some more words to say to Wesley Johnson.
And plus, Skip, you got to remember what happened last time they were in Staples. The brouhaha, the Clippers beat them. You're going to rough somebody up. All of a sudden, they tough guys.
Secret tunnel.
They got to be on Kind Family or something. So
all of it ignited by one young Austin Rivers, the son of Doc Rivers, the coach of the Clippers, who was in street clothes that night and screaming bloody murder from the sideline, from the bench. And that sparked it, starting with Trevor Ariza. And at least Austin played last night. I think he played. I have to look.
No, he didn't play well. 3 of 12.
3 of 12. Oh, he did play.
Yeah.
Oh, so he did take 12 shots. But at least he was out there. So he had to eat his crow on the scoreboard. And by the way, the scoreboard, as James Harden spun the ball and eyed that 3 at that point, guess what the score was already?
28-7.
28-7. That's a football score.
Yes.
At Staples, it's 28-7, and it was about to be 31-7. So once again, am I going to say this is an all-time? It's an all-time rub-it-in play. I don't think it's an all-time great play, but I'll give this. For regular season games as they go, that was an all-time great first quarter. As first quarters go, because
They put 44 points on
yeah,
it, right?
and he put 17 on him just in the first quarter, and he makes 4 of 6 shots, 3 of 5 from 3, and makes all 6 of his free throws. And he throws in 3 assists in the first quarter, and it was game over thanks in large part to James Harden.
Skip, now that we're in the social media age, is that normally when you saw a great play, somebody dunked on someone or somebody went behind their back and laid it up, you had to wait till the evening news or you had to wait till the sports news
That's
come
true.
on before you watch it. Now, this thing, as soon as he hit that clip, somebody's cutting it. Even the NBA, as soon as they hit it like a minute later, the NBA had it up on their site and it caught fire, it was gone.
But it's always about who got shamed.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It is. It's all-
shame them.
Right?
Shame them.
Shame 'em.
Walk of shame.
Ha.
Wesley Johnson's going to be on a poster. And James Harden going to be looking down at it.
Speaking of shame, now let's go bigger picture about one James Harden, who is the runaway MVP of this regular season.
Runaway.
He is the runaway. You know it, and I know
runaway.
it. And you're making a case for who?
You know who.
I don't know.
You know
You can't know.
The guy that was booed up all the month of February.
Really? The guy who went 19, the guy who went 19 straight games pre-trade deadline with the worst plus minus in all of basketball? That guy?
How did the Lakers look with that guy, with one of the guys that was traded? How they look? How they look with him?
Which guy?
You know which guy.
Oh, IT?
Yeah, how he looking. Throwing the ball all behind his head.
He did.
Yeah, you saw that.
He's actually shot it better with the Lakers. I think the pressure's off everybody. Was it a great move to get rid of? Sure it was.
Yes.
But back to James Harden. My issue consistently has been with James Harden that he has a game made for Wednesday night in late February. That's what it's made for. It's made for what just happened. And I give him that because it's highly entertaining. If you're easily amused, you were highly amused by that play, right?
Yeah.
But I'm more amused by how you do when the money's on the table in the postseason. And I got to tell you, I just don't see it from this guy. And you have to mostly rank.
You don't see it.
No, you think I'm going to?
Yeah,
you're going to predict that?
You're going to see it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Against Golden State?
No, I ain't say Golden State.
Okay.
I say if they get the Spurs, I know what he got for them.
Who's going to be playing for the Spurs? Last night they didn't have LaMarcus, they didn't have Gasol, they didn't have Kawhi, they didn't have Popovich, who got thrown out in the first quarter. What else do you want? Is that what they are? Yeah, maybe he can handle them this time.
Now you was harping about how Kawhi is coming back.
I didn't harp. I said he's probably not coming back.
I thought he was coming back. He's practicing.
I don't know. He's not practicing with
James Harden. Look, Skip, I know it's been very disappointing because we saw him against Golden State. Well, let's go back to the finals. Sixth man of the year. We saw him. He laid some eggs late in the ball games in those games.
Are we talking about Oklahoma City?
When he's Oklahoma City.
Okay, but just stay right there real quick because this young lady will know about these games because it's 1-1 going to Miami.
Right.
And he didn't start, but he played 32 minutes in game 3 of that series and 37 minutes the next. So he would come in for Cephalosha, and then Cephalosha would play a lot fewer minutes. So those are the two big make or break games, right? Because if you lose both of those, you're going to lose the series.
Right.
And James Harden disappeared in both games. In the first game, game 3 at Miami, again, it's 1-1. He shot 2 for 10 and 0 for 4 from 3. In the next game, he shoots 2 for 10 from the field and 1 for 5 from 3. So that's a combined 4 of 20 and 1 for 9. Well, that's that guy.
Right.
That was the first indication of what you were about to see when he went to Houston.
I don't think anybody thought. I mean, they thought James Harden was an offensive juggernaut, was a good offensive player. But Skip, nobody saw this.
No,
and then in Golden State, you remember Golden State, they had a chance to take the lead. And he dribbled the ball off his foot. But the lasting memory, Skip, is Game 6. You cannot lose at home by 39 points. He only took 2 shots in the first half. And without their best player, they beat you by almost 40.
By the way, without Kawhi Leonard and Tony Parker.
Yes.
You could argue they're 2 best players.
Well, no, one and LaMarcus is the second.
No, I think Tony was playing at an extremely high level. You didn't watch the Memphis series before.
I saw. Yeah. He was playing.
Tony Parker was tearing it up.
Yeah, he was playing at a high level, but he wasn't playing at a level higher than LaMarcus. But here's the thing, Skip. So that's the lasting image of what we have of James Harden in the playoffs.
And by the way, could we just quickly go through those numbers? in Game 6 against the Spurs, it's the closeout game in Houston without those players playing for the Spurs, and he goes 2 for 11 and 2 for 9 from 3.
Right.
Wow.
10 points.
10 points, 6 turnovers, and it's 114-75 in Houston. And you went berserk sitting in that chair the next day because you hated it that my Spurs had advanced, and you blamed James Harden.
Yeah.
Whereabouts unknown.
Yeah. But he was hurt. He said he was hurt. His coach said he was hurt, so I have no reason to believe that he wasn't hurt.
You swallow all the hurt stories.
But I tell you what, he ain't going to be hurt this year. He got something for the Spurs.
Yeah.
The Spurs, Spurs going to get Spurs.
The Spurs don't have anything left for him.
Whoa. Yeah. You just told me they're the third best team. And
I didn't say anything. I said if they're healthy, they're the best, first best team.
Are you giving...
They are. No, they are.
You ruin every conversation. We try to have a good old conversation.
You saw what the...
You know what it is, Joy? You know, sometimes you get with your girlfriend, you're having a good time, you're talking, and then somebody will say something, and you're like...
Somebody? You mean she?
No, I
think he just put it on her.
No, I'm saying
I'm the one that ruins the conversation?
No. I'm saying you having conversation with
somebody
your girlfriend.
Said something out of line.
And somebody said something out of line. Skip and I was having a good conversation, and then he goes and blows
Who's left for the Spurs?
There are a lot of people left. They third seed, so somebody's doing something. LaMarcus.
I think they fell to 4 last night. Didn't
Anthony Davis called him?
I think so.
Yeah. Anthony Davis on a mission. He heard what you said. He heard what you said.
Minnesota caught them. New Orleans is
Minnesota caught them.
But I like Minnesota a lot better than you did.
So go back to James Harden. So here are his exits just in Houston. And by the way, right now he's making 38% of his three-point shots. In the playoffs, just in Houston, he's 20 and 25. Making 32% of his three-point shots. Well, that's a big drop from 38 to 32.
Of course it is.
So something is getting tighter maybe in his throat a little bit.
I
don't know. I'm just saying.
But knowing he's going to be able to rest easy because he knows he's probably going to win the MVP, Skip. But his game is really, in the playoffs, you shorten your bench, and you're going to have to get guys that can go and get their own shot.
Yep.
This is why I give Houston a great chance, because for the most part, they're going to have great point guard play for 42 to 48 minutes of the ball game.
Yep.
He or Chris Paul will always be on the court. No other team can say that they're going to get that kind of all-star game, all-NBA point guard play for 48 minutes. That's what they're going to get. He has a game that can go get buckets late in games. He can get, like you said, he's making 87% of his free throws. They're going to give him the call. So he initiates contact, absolutely. But only he gets called. LeBron initiates contact. They don't give him nothing. But I ain't going to talk about LeBron today.
But you're right. I agree with that.
So he has the game. He can go isolation.
Yep.
Chris Paul can go isolation. They got those three-point shooters. The question that I have, come crunch time, do you really trust Ryan Anderson? Now, he's coming off the bench now, but he laid an egg too, Skip. So let's not put it all on James Harden. Now, the superstar gets a lot of the blame, because they get so much of the credit when things are going good.
Yeah.
But James Harden was breaking people down and kicking the ball for wide open threes, and guys wasn't hitting them. Like Doc Rivers said, this is a make or miss league. You know, LeBron should be averaging about 14 assists a game. But, you know, make or miss.
He never has enough help.
Whatever,
So,
Skip.
back to James Harden. So 5 years in Houston, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Listen to these exits. He lost 2013. First round to Oklahoma City, 4-2.
No shame in that.
Okay. 2014, first round of Portland, 4-2.
No shame in that.
And I'm going to get to the point. He has never even made it to a game 7 of the series he lost. So these are all to 1 or 2. Okay. So then was the conference finals. He made 1 conference finals against Golden State, and it was 4-1. And you remember the big game 3 turnaround game at Houston?
Yes.
He disappeared again, 3 of 16 and 1 for 5 for 3, and he was minus 31 in that game. And it's just horrendous basketball. And then he lost in 2016, first round to Golden State, 4-1. And then last year, of course, 2017, the semifinal to the Spurs, 4-2. So he can't even get his team to a game 7 in any of those losses. And there are a bunch of big disappearing acts, because when this guy is off, he is off the planet off. And when he goes cold, he is Siberia cold. Like you're saying, where are you? What happened? Once he starts missing early in a game, he will not get it back. So that's what you're going to, again, maybe he'll prove me wrong. I'm not, I'm not doubting him. I'm just spitting facts right here. Maybe it's time, will he rise and shine with a Chris Paul as his sidekick? Neither one of them have been very good in the postseason, very dependable. So can they kind of like, prop each other up in the postseason? I don't know. Maybe.
Skip, can you really know happiness if you don't have pain, if you don't have disappointment?
This is a lot of pain,
that's what Michael Jordan famous quote. is that I fail so much.
Yeah.
That's why I have success.
Easy for him to say that because he's the greatest player ever.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Skip, hold on, time out.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what he was in his first couple of years when he couldn't get out of the first round. I noticed he got a lot better once old Pip came along, and I know you said Pip and he wasn't that good. Look here.
He was just another, like, there was Gladys Knight and there was Pip.
But on that midnight train.
Yeah. Huh?
This is what
Chicago.
Yeah, whatever. You always try to see. This is that's what I can't understand about you.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan played 16 years, and all you focus on is the 6 in which you won the title.
Oh.
But what about the years that he didn't win, Skip?
Well, what about the 6 that he did?
Okay, Skip, we're not
6 MVPs, and there wasn't even a Game 7 that he didn't need a Game 7.
Okay.
He was winning without Game 7.
So 84. So I just want to know. So they only started playing NBA Finals in 91. So you still refuse to tell me that why he wasn't winning before 91, Skip. That's what I don't understand.
So are we comparing James Harden career to
No,
Michael Jordan?
James Harden has a chance to be better than Michael
No,
Jordan.
that's
right?
not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying you have to go through hardship. Sometimes LeBron James had to go through hardship.
Until he got with Dwayne Wade.
Larry Bird. Joy, if you don't stop, playing, Joy,
Bingo.
you don't stop playing.
Touche.
Most guys, there are very few guys that get to come in like Irving Magic Johnson, where you win the NCAA title and you go right in and you win the NBA title and you're the Finals MVP. I don't believe we'll ever see that situation again, Skip. So you have to have hardship in order to have good times.
Okay, I got it. So, bottom line, after the game, James Harden was asked his thoughts on the play that we talked about, the Wesley Johnson play, and he said they're the same as they are in every play. Kill. Okay? So he can kill on Wednesday night, last night. Well, I'm serious. It's time for kill in May and June. If we get kill in May and June, I'm impressed, man.
And you know what? He'll do this and he'll cook the Spurs and you're like, well, Kawhi was hurt, and you'll say LaMarcus was hurt, and then he'll beat the Warriors and you'll say the Warriors.
What?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying hypothetically.
I will not say if he beats the Warriors, I'll be over here.
No, you won't.
Okay, are you on the Rockets bandwagon?
No, they were unmotivated.
No, that's what you say.
Hey, if James Harden beats the Warriors, congratulations to LeBron.
And James Harden is the
because LeBron might actually get a 4th ring.
Oh, my goodness. See? And
Did Jason Garrett take a shot at Dak yesterday? We'll discuss that next.
Trying to minimize Bron.